Well, meanwhile, Washington's next steps still remain unclear. Donald Trump has, of course, long vowed to end Washington's involvement in foreign wars, but he more recently sent more U.S. warplanes to the region, called for Tehran's unconditional surrender, and even said that he wants something much bigger than a ceasefire. The developments then have created a widening rift amongst Republicans. They are split between those who chose Trump precisely for his isolationist stance and those more in line with neoconservatives who have long promoted more aggressive foreign policy, including through the use of force. For more on this, France 24's international affairs editor Angela Diffley joins me on set. Hi, Angela. So, growing divide then amongst Republicans. Where does the disagreement lie?
Yeah, well, as you outlined there, Trump made very clear in his inauguration speech, not least, he said that America's success under his leadership would be measured by the wars that it avoided, among many other measures for success. He made it absolutely clear that he is a deal maker. He sees himself as a deal maker. He's not really a hawk, and he does not like forever wars. He doesn't like the US being tangled up in foreign affairs wars that, in his view, often have little to do with the United States' interests. Set against that, of course, he has also said, not as often, but very, very many times, Iran must not be allowed to obtain nuclear weapons. So those two things, of course, can be contradictory. We now will see which of those he prioritizes in this particular situation. Polls do show that around 25 to 30% of Republicans, and mostly MAGA supporters, but that doesn't mean every Republican, as you know, 25 to 30% of those do not favor the United States becoming involved in this Israel-Iran war. The other issue, which is there in the background, if US officials say, is a sort of bubbling frustration with Israel and the United States' relationship with Israel, a worry that Israel is calling the shots and has too much power over US foreign policy. Set against that, an equal number, probably, of Republicans who feel that the United States and Israel's interests are so allied that Israel is a vital ally in a very, very dangerous part of the world, and that if there is one long-standing factor which is in the United States' interests, it is maintaining that strong partnership with Israel. I would also add another thing. One of the issues that is different about this is that this is Iran. The United States has a long and difficult history with Iran and suffered very many bloody encounters with Iran. It is not a popular country amongst Republican Americans. And whereas a number of Republicans and MAGA people have become rather confused by Trump's attitude to the old foe that was Russia, they're very muddled by what's going on there. Here is a clear foe, Iran, and very many in the Republican camp are quite comfortable with hitting out.
So, Angela, who in particular then is speaking out, and how much of an influence do you think they have over Trump? I mean, whose voice is going to win, so to speak?
Trump will make up his own mind, and these are just voices that he might or might not listen to. Very noticeable, of course, is Steve Bannon, who was a former top advisor of Trump. He spent time in prison because for contempt of Congress, because he refused to come forward with information that might have endangered Trump, a loyal supporter, but they have had their fallings out. Steve Bannon, is very much a representative of that worker base in MAGA, low-earning Americans who do not want their hard-earned money wasted, as they see it, on foreign adventures. They want American money spent on American needs, and they don't want their valuable hard-earned money spent abroad. We also have, very interesting yesterday, Tulsi Gabbard. She back in March, she is the head of US intelligence, as you know. She, back in March, said it does not look like Iran is near producing nuclear weapons. Trump yesterday was asked by a journalist about that, and he just brushed her aside and said, I don't care what she said, I believe they were. That is something of a rebuke to US intelligence as well. Just brushed aside that and said, I don't believe what she said, she got it wrong. If you look at, there's been an awful lot of stuff on social media, as you would expect on this, and J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance, has given something much more nuanced. He has basically said, I understand all the reservations about engaging in foreign wars. This is not what MAGA was about. But we should trust Donald Trump's judgment on this. Apart from that, we have, in Congress, both sides have introduced measures against involvement. Ultimately, Donald Trump will make up his own mind on this. Fox News, his favorite channel and a common right-wing outlet, they are firmly in favor of intervening to hit back at Iran. That is a long-standing position in the United States and still firmly espoused by those on Fox News.